Before we begin, viewer discretion is strongly advised. The following content is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. What you're about to hear is the verbatim federal courtroom testimony from the Sean Diddy Combs trial, as reported by Inner City Press. He drugged me and filmed it. Yup, Will Smith said that. In court, on record. About Diddy, aka the man who apparently thinks NDAs are seasoning. The courtroom, silent. The judge, pale. Diddy, sweating like a bad boy intern at tax season. And no, this wasn't a meltdown. This was a nuclear-level detonation from one of the most polished, PR-trained men in Hollywood. Will Smith walked into that courtroom with 2 decades of silence, a flash drive full of what? And the confidence of a man who's been pushed too far for too long. He didn't whisper, he didn't flinch. He said, "This wasn't a party, it was an initiation." And that's when the internet snapped in half. Because baby, this isn't just a scandal, it's a full-blown takedown. Buckle up, baby! Because the scandal is about to hit like a leaked group chat at the Rock Nation brunch. We're diving into the messiest, wildest, and most eyebrow-singeing testimony Hollywood's ever pretended they didn't hear. Let's talk about how Will Smith just flipped the entire celebrity ecosystem on its surgically lifted face. So picture this. It's week 3 of Diddy's trial. Things are already tense. Cassie's testimony lit the fuse, Aubrey O'Day fanned the flames, and Don Richard brought the gasoline. But nobody, I mean nobody, expected Will Smith to show up uninvited, unannounced, and unbothered. The courtroom doors open. In walks Fresh Prince. Not as a celeb, but as a survivor, a witness, a man with the receipts and the nerve. No entourage, no PR rep, just pure chaos in loafers. I don't have a subpoena, I have the truth. The judge, visibly panicked. The court, stunned silence. Diddy, malfunctioning like a Tesla in a thunderstorm. Buckle in! This man had range, and apparently a flash drive he's been hiding like the last Horcrux. Will starts by dropping a bomb. He drugged me. I woke up in a suite I don't remember checking into, with cameras I didn't approve. Let that sink in. Not he invited me, not it was wild. Will said this was predatory, planned, and filmed. He describes being invited to a private bad boy after party years ago, one of Diddy's famous industry retreats that sound more like a Saw reboot than a networking mixer. Will says he was offered a drink, felt woozy fast, then blacked out. Woke up disoriented, in luxury, alone, or so he thought. I looked up. There was a light in the vent. Then I saw the lens. The room stopped, breathing. Cut to Diddy, whispering to his lawyers like they can legally erase the past. Spoiler, they can't. Will continues, revealing that months later he received a package at his home. No return address. Inside, a flash drive with footage. Footage of him, passed out, exposed. I played it once. That was enough. The message was clear. We own you now. This isn't a party. This is a Black Mirror episode. That's when the calls started. Come back, bring someone new, your family now. And that's when the courtroom flipped. Because what Will's describing isn't just shady, it's a system, a recruitment process, a machine. He didn't comply. He didn't go back. And according to him, that's when his career hit the quiet freeze. Projects suddenly shelved, rumors flooding the blogs, co-stars dropping out due to scheduling conflicts, studios backing away without a word. He didn't just take my night, he tried to erase my name. You thought After Earth flopped because of nepotism? According to Will, it was a smear campaign wrapped in a summer blockbuster. A literal list of artists, actors, influencers. Names he says were at those after parties too. Some who disappeared, some who are still posting fake deep quotes on Instagram while holding in the truth. I'm not the only one. I'm just the only one stupid enough to say it. And we thank him for it. He goes on to say there were rooms full of cameras, contracts, and handlers. That nobody left without being seen, heard, and captured. This wasn't an accident. This was a pipeline. Will tells the court, the flash drive wasn't the only one. There's more, and some of you in this room are on it. At this point, someone in the gallery fainted. Legit fainted. Court was paused. Diddy was said to be shaking, and one juror was spotted wiping away tears. This wasn't just one man's story. It was the secret Hollywood has been pretending not to know for years. Will ends his statement with a line that might go down in pop culture history. He doesn't invite you. He initiates you, and once you're in, you either play the game or you disappear. Here is some of the immediate quotes that went viral. "The Fresh Prince just burned the kingdom down." "Will Smith did more in one testimony than the FBI did in a decade." "It wasn't a party, it was a trap." He's not exposing Diddy. He's decoding the industry. Once the courtroom adjourned, Will didn't look relieved. He looked free. Meanwhile, Diddy was ushered out like he just lost a Versace-sponsored soul auction. No words, no eye contact, just silence. The kind that's louder than a million press releases. This was nuclear. We're not talking about a scandal anymore. We're watching the possible unraveling of a celebrity cult with NDAs instead of crosses. And Will Smith just kicked the door off its hinges, ready to see how the world and the internet reacted to this courtroom chaos. Because next up, we're talking aftermath. Deleted tweets, celebrity breakdowns, sudden wellness retreats, and which stars might be sweating bullets while refreshing TMZ. So, the moment Will Smith stepped down from that witness stand, the courtroom was basically a live-action season finale of Scandal meets Euphoria. But outside? Oh, honey, the internet inhaled that testimony like it was the last line of coke at a bad boy retreat. Will Smith testifies. Diddy tapes. Hollywood initiation. Surviving Diddy, all trending within minutes. One user wrote, "Not Will Smith walking into court like Olivia Pope and walking out like a whistleblowing Beyonce." Another said, "Y'all owe Will an apology for slapping Chris Rock." Turns out that was the least dramatic moment of his decade. And the memes? Out of control. Screenshots of Diddy sweating next to the caption, "When the guy you filmed 20 years ago shows up with the footage. A Fresh Prince of Bel-Air opening remix." This is a story all about how Diddy got caught on tape and lost his crown. Whew. While the Twitter girlies were clowning, Instagram turned into a digital ghost town. Several of Diddy's industry friends suddenly went silent. We're talking no stories, comments off photos wiped mental health break posts with inspirational quotes like, "The truth will always find its voice, eventually." And let's talk about the celebs who were always at his parties but now claiming they barely knew him. Khaled vanished. French Montana reposting animal rescue videos. Lori Harvey in Paris pretending the world isn't crumbling. Usher low-key booking a one-way flight to I was never there. Sources close to multiple high-profile stars said dozens of legal teams began reviewing past NDA agreements, event guest lists, and gifts they received from bad boy parties. One leaked message from a PR group read, "Do not respond publicly, do not post. We are monitoring all mentions and preparing a defensive narrative." Another insider said a famous moguls team is trying to pay TMZ to bury upcoming stories. Good luck with that, boo. This ain't 2004. Beyonce and Jay-Z? Crickets. And baby, when the Carters are quiet, that's when you should be the loudest. Jay-Z's name has already been floating in those same freak-off party rumors, so his PR team is likely armed with 3 law firms and a burner phone. Oprah, a vague Instagram post about protecting your peace and praying for truth. Girl, if you don't, Tyler Perry, posted a Bible verse and a selfie from church. Classic. Wendy Williams via fan account. Told you. That's it. One sentence. And the streets erupted. TikTok detectives were on fire. The phrase, Hollywood initiation, was typed into the app's search bar over 9 million times in 24 hours. Edits started flying. Clips of Diddy with Will at old events. Red carpet interviews with suspiciously nervous energy. Cassie's old interviews being re-examined like FBI wiretaps, TikTok creators breaking it down like, okay, so this is when Will Smith disappeared from the spotlight, and that is when Diddy started gaining unchecked power. Coincidence? I think not. Even Gen Z was like, I didn't live through the bad boy era, but y'all, this is giving cult documentary energy. By the end of the day, the judge issued a gag order, meaning no one can speak on record about what Will said. But the gag order came after Will left the courtroom, so guess what? 2. Late. Boo. Court insiders said the jury looked visibly shaken, with some scribbling notes like they were on season 5 of How to Get Away with a Scandalous Billionaire Mogul's Alleged Crimes. And yes, subpoenas are coming. Some rumored names include PR agency reps, former assistants, bodyguards, celebs who were regular guests. Diddy's team rushed out a generic statement within 12 hours. Mr. Combs denies these allegations in the strongest terms possible and will respond in court, not the media. Blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, fans were like, if he denies it any harder, he's gonna break his own neck. No videos, no press conference, just a recycled statement from his lawyer's notes app. But the internet don't care about legalese, they care about vibes. And right now, the vibe is guilty with a side of, why was this man even rich? A major streaming platform reportedly pulled a Diddy-produced documentary that was set to drop next month. A music awards show quietly removed his name from its honorary list. Former employees are contacting outlets anonymously. And one celebrity stylist claimed Diddy once offered her a private plane ticket. But only if she signed a pre-party agreement. The creepiness is spilling faster than the NDA shredders can keep up. Will's testimony opened the floodgates. Now every whisper, every rumor, every mystery exit from the industry is being revisited. That one star who quit acting out of nowhere, the singer who broke down in a radio interview but wouldn't say why, the model who disappeared from Instagram after a Diddy event, suddenly we're realizing it wasn't drama. It was damage control. And Will Smith might have just ended an entire era of celebrity fear-based silence. We're now entering the fallout zone, where careers collapse faster than Diddy's alibis, brands run for the hills, and fans start putting together the receipts like it's a conspiracy theory party on Reddit. So Will Smith dropped his testimony like a Molotov cocktail into the middle of the courtroom. And now, Hollywood's golden gatekeepers are straight up scattering. Let's talk about Diddy's money trail, which used to look like a royal procession of Ciroc bottles, clothing lines, music licensing, and energy drink deals. Now, more cancellations than a problematic YouTuber's merch line. Ciroc quietly removed Diddy's image from their official brand page. Revolt TV, his own company, issued a statement saying they were shocked and saddened and will be reviewing leadership. Translation, you're fired, fam. Luxury fashion collabs, gone. Fashion houses don't mess with courtroom content. A major music platform reportedly scrubbed several of his producer credits from featured playlists. The bag is not just fumbled, it's been incinerated in real time. Diddy's reputation used to be the mogul with hustle. Now, he's that guy from the freak-off tapes. You can't PR spin your way out of blackmail allegations and hotel camera footage. He tried the I'm innocent route. He tried ignoring it. But the problem is, too many people know too much now. One insider told a blog, the biggest fear isn't the trial, it's the others who haven't spoken yet. And that's the real fallout. This isn't about just Diddy anymore. It's about how many names are about to be dragged down with him. You'd think after Me Too, the industry would be cleaner. But turns out, they just got better at hiding the trash. With Will's testimony, Cassie's allegations, and NDAs unraveling faster than Diddy's beard line, people are realizing this was a pattern of protection. Think about it. How many times was Diddy accused and nothing happened? How many celebs did he prop up and then suddenly stop supporting? How many people vanished right after attending a retreat? We're seeing how deep this rabbit hole goes, and it's giving Epstein Island meets Spotify Wrapped. You know the internet doesn't sleep, especially when tea this hot gets spilled. Here are the wildest and weirdly plausible fan theories now trending. There's a list of young stars Diddy took under his wing, and now fans are rewatching those mentorship moments like their crime scene footage. People are side-eyeing old clips with Usher, Justin Bieber, Lori Harvey, Foxy Brown, even Beau. Wow, was it guidance or grooming? Multiple people claim Diddy had a room where security footage was stored from parties, including sex tapes, blackmail material, and voice recordings. Remember that flash drive Will Smith got in the mail? Fans believe it's just one of many. A cabal of producers, label execs, handlers, and PR firms that knew everything and covered it up for money and loyalty. Allegedly, a top streaming executive, a daytime TV host, and 2 fashion icons are all being investigated quietly. Somebody call Shonda Rhimes. People are now checking everyone who's been seen partying with Diddy over the last 10 years, especially anyone who suddenly disappeared, publicly defended Diddy, got a record deal and vanished, or mysteriously became unavailable for interviews. And those celebs who haven't spoken up yet, fans are already roasting them like, so you had time to post a smoothie bowl but no thoughts on this industry abuse? Still silent, huh? Must be comfy inside that NDA. Let's be clear, Will Smith is no longer the guy who slapped Chris Rock. He's now the man who said what others wouldn't, the survivor who stood in court and risked it all, the first A-lister to shatter Hollywood's unspoken code. He might not get an Oscar again. But baby, he's getting respect. And if you think this is a PR stunt, let me remind you, he showed up uninvited with a flash drive and a vendetta. That's not a rollout. That's revenge in a suit. The walls are closing in, not just for Diddy, but for everyone who helped him build this toxic empire. Insiders are whispering that a new witness is preparing to testify, and yes, it's another celebrity. Federal investigators are now reportedly reviewing decade-old financials linked to settlement payouts, and one assistant is said to have handed over a USB drive with internal emails, room bookings, and incident logs. The reckoning is here, and no brand, no label, no Grammy can protect you when the receipts start printing themselves. Strap in. This is the part where we zip up the body bag, seal the scandal in glittery duct tape, and hit y'all with a savage conclusion so clean, even TMZ would say, damn. So let's recap real quick, just in case your jaw is still on the floor. Will Smith walked into court uninvited and said, "Let me ruin the whole system real quick." Diddy allegedly drugged him, filmed him, tried to control him. The footage, real. The silence, bought. The career damage, calculated. And the industry, shaking like it's auditioning for the Real Housewives of Panic Room Confidential. This wasn't just a scandal, it was a blueprint for how power protects itself. And Will ripped it to shreds. Flash drive first, no lube. He didn't go in there to get closure. He went in there to start a fire. And honey, he burned the whole playbook. Because for decades we've heard whispers, freak-off parties, secret tapes, celebs falling off after one wrong night. But this was the first time someone said it all. Out loud, under oath, and with the receipts. Now the walls are closing in. And if you think this ends with Diddy, oh sweetie, the dominoes are just starting to fall. So grab your popcorn, check on your favs, and if they go off-grid for mental health next week, just know that NDA is doing backflips trying to hold. Will Smith just did more damage in 20 minutes than cancel culture's done in 10 years. And the best part, he didn't do it for clout. He did it because the silence was louder than the tapes. So if your jaw dropped at least once, and if you screamed, "Wait, what?" like 3 times, smash that like, hit subscribe, and stay locked in. Because this trial ain't over. The tapes ain't done, and this channel, we're just getting started. Beauty.